What is up, SmackNPie here, and welcome back to another FNAF video. What? A FNAF video? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while. It's been, matter of fact, a long time since I've done a separate FNAF video. Anyways, today we are talking about all FNAF stuff, a new FNAF teaser, some interesting discoveries made by the community, and my overall thoughts and theories as to where this franchise, Five Nights at Freddy's, is heading towards, and why it's getting better than ever. Let's get started. Alright, to start off, ScottGames.com, the pyramid of all teasers FNAF is something fans keep an eye out almost daily, and it makes sense too. We've had very fascinating stuff over there, but ever since FNAF Help Wanted, the most recent FNAF main franchise game, both VR and non-VR, things took an interesting turn on the website. At first we had this teaser, well, not first, but this one single teaser was the pinnacle of everything that followed and started afterwards. This single teaser gave direction to us fans as to where this franchise is heading towards, and from the neon look to Rockstar animatronics to the mall, everything is exactly how I imagined after FNAF 6 Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria Simulator, where we saw, spoilers alert by the way, this whole video is gonna be spoilery, everything burning to hell, including Afton himself. That right there, and I've made a video on it too, that if there were to be a story afterwards, it has to be in the future, because guess what? The obvious fact, he always comes back. That rhyme. Because we've explored almost prequel stuff, and the middle part, of course, we haven't went much detailed stuff into the prequel of William Afton himself, but that's besides the point. And sure enough, FNAF Help Wanted came out, and we saw not one, not two, but entire FNAF kind of getting a soft reboot. And props to Steelwool Studios and Scott Cawthon for this ingenious idea of making Afton return, not as a dead coming back kind of way, but his soul being transferred digitally comes physically in a player's body kind of way. Yeah, I understand your frustration right now, but you might be wondering, why now? Why are we talking about this thing that we already know? It's important to have this specific understanding moving forward, because this game doesn't get enough credit. It doesn't get enough focus as it should. Why? Because this game single-handedly not only rebooted the entire franchise, not only set the bar for horror games in VR, Half-Life changed the VR game industry as we know it, but also made a very straightforward path, not only for William, but the whole franchise, to go into whatever direction they want now. Which brings us back to the original topic, this teaser. I may not have talked about Glitchtrap Mask or William's cult or Vanny, but I'm aware and caught up with everything that's been happening in the non-VR and the Halloween update for Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. The fact of the matter is, William's doing goes back to his own childhood. His legacy, bad or worse, started all the way there, and it's grown so big that even after his physical body was burned in FNAF 6, even after when he's gone physically, his soul found a way digitally to come back, which brings us back to Five Nights at Freddy's non-VR, most specifically this teaser that shows a coming soon project from Fazbear Entertainment. And sure enough, you connect two dots, you get yourself the picture. Steelwool Studios making next game with mall teasers and on Scott's website. It's more than confirmed at this point, ladies and gentlemen. But we're not done here. When I first made the video on these animatronics, I said specifically that we're moving ahead in time. We're going to the future. All 6 to 7 games in the past are in the past, but sure enough, many people denied and disagreed with me. I've seen so many people saying it's before this or that, while I was here pointing out the obvious, that hey, look at this detail, this has never seen before in the FNAF universe, because it is yet to come, and now everyone believes it. I'm telling you, I'm the real deal out here. But enough gloating. By the way, that was a joke, guys, that was a joke. So keep few things in mind before seeing this new teaser. FNAF VR story, which was basically William coming back, his soul non-VR ending, a coming soon work in progress construction site, and mall from the first teaser, and finally Vanny, this Glitchtrap Mask that has direct, forget connecting dots, this single thing has direct connection with William as we know it. And we've also seen Vanny in these teasers. Yeah, it is all happening here, ladies and gentlemen. So put everything into perspective. It brings us to the new teaser, and behold, it is a new character, a new entry in the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. Now at first, looking at this character, my initial reaction was like, we've seen this one before. But then thinking hard about it, I came to the conclusion. What conclusion, you might ask? Is this Happy Frog from UCN? No, thank you. Let's go back a bit, alright? Let's take a few steps back. No, seriously, we have this new character who's a crocodile shape, rockstar-ish glasses with a haircut and jacket, kind of like one of the seniors in this group, if you ask me. Of course, Freddy will always stay the senior, but that's besides the point. One more thing as always, if you check the file name, it reveals its name, Montgomery. I don't know about that one, Scott, but we'll take it. However, thanks to Reddit, looking at the metadata of the image, you get a more clearer name, Glamrock Monty. Yes, that is right. Monty is the new character of the franchise. Let's call it, since you know we're not sure about the gender here. You guys always fight about genders for FNAF characters until we get the yes in the chat on one specific gender. I'm calling it. So yeah, it's called Monty, but even more so that we might have seen this character before. How? Let me explain. Let's quickly take a look at the timeline. Of course, looking at the most recent ones. FNAF 1, 2, 4, and 5 all are the big stones that hobble around the timeline. There's not one specific linear story that we can say, hey, FNAF 1 happened first, FNAF 2 happened first, whatever. No, because they all intersect and share stories from the past and the future. However, one thing no one can deny are these actually three games that stays on a very specific pattern in the timeline. Five Nights at Freddy's 3, Fazbear Fright of course, Five Nights at Freddy's 6 or Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator, and Ultimate Custom Night or UCN. These two are at the end of the timeline because they tie up loose ends more or less, hence FNAF 3 leading to FNAF 6 leading to Hell in Ultimate Custom Night, that leading to a hiatus only for William's soul to come back digitally, or should I say Fazbear Entertainment coming back in a way, rebooting the franchise like we've never seen before, removing all the previous and past tracks, letting William out and rebooting the franchise as we know it. I'm talking about a big giant reboot of the whole franchise, hence these FNAF 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all these were kind of like memory of the past in VR Help Wanted. It was hinted right there in front of us all. Now thanks to Reddit, there has been some interesting discoveries made, and at first was a Monty being from FNAF 3. I have always thought about this, you know, FNAF 3, especially this ending. I asked myself, if there were a core for animatronics back then, their merchandise being sold out and worn by kids at that time makes sense, you know. But why on earth are these other animal masks? What is up with that? And mind you, we didn't have the concept of the Rockstar animatronics and the ones we saw in the FNAF 6 and UCN back in FNAF 3. Unless of course if FNAF World is the thing in the main timeline. But seriously though, FNAF 3 always stayed at the corner of the end timeline, right before the new digital age, before FNAF 6 or at the same time. And this being hinted back in FNAF 3 makes so much sense now. Good on you, theorist. However, this doesn't necessarily mean that that kid from FNAF 3 is back in the new FNAF, or his soul is now back in this animatronic from the new teaser. Could be. And it also doesn't mean that that merchandise from FNAF 3 was available back then, because there was an animatronic back then made by Fazbear Entertainment before the fire in FNAF 3 and FNAF 6, now being rebooted by Fazbear Entertainment because he was one of the small ones, now being represented as a big one because, you know, they're covering up their tracks from the past. They need new faces, keeping Fazbear Freddy in the front and introducing these new characters, or these lost characters that were not as popular as other characters, now being represented to the new audience. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that it's not those references or ties back to FNAF 3 and FNAF 6. Finally, this could be a stretch, but another Reddit user, Evil FNAF Guy, found it weird that in the new poster, everyone is having fun, great time, using glow stick and waving it in the air, except this one lady in the crowd who seems off, as if she doesn't know what's going on or she doesn't know how she got there. This, like I said, could be a stretch, but this is FNAF we're talking about. Nothing is out of order for no reason, but then again, it could be out of order to make us go out of order. Either way, if this means something, the hypnotic spell from Fazbear Entertainment or William is still working even in the digital environment, because now he's not targeting kids anymore. He's had his fun with kids. Now he's targeting the youth, the young minds, the teens, the impressionable ones. Wait, that doesn't sound right. And this lady right here is our way of understanding that there are people who don't know what's going on, how they got here, and most importantly, they don't want any part of it. But since every teen is out here, she just ends up being there. Or who knows, this could be a character we know from the past, that fruity maze girl, Susie, Elizabeth Friend, could be anyone, could be that kid from one of those FNAF 3 kids before selling her soul to the devil is taking part in the new Rockstar concert. This could be a prequel to FNAF 3, could be a sequel to the FNAF We Are Help Wanted, but all in all, we are here for it, boys. FNAF is definitely going to the futuristic tone, digital age with Doom Eternal. By the way, this is the good stuff of the day. Doom Eternal is the real deal out here. But with games such as Doom Eternal and Cyberpunk 2077 already getting their hands dirty with the future stuff, FNAF is the next one to join the crew. But what do you think of all of this? I would like to personally give a shout out to Mike from SuperHorrorBro for this idea. It's hard to do daily uploads these times. It really is. I thought it would be easy since we work from home all year. But yeah, stay safe and stay healthy. Let's fight this outbreak for humanity, for history, for next generation, and let's save this world as we know it.